Welcome back to Everyday Tech Explained. Today, we're going to do a deep dive into the world of AI trading bots,
Okay.
specifically one that's making some pretty big waves
Right.
called Galileo FX.
I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, so we found an advertorial about them in the investing section of FinZen,
Okay.
published just yesterday, January 2nd, 2025.
Wow, so this is brand new.
Yeah, hot off the presses.
Right?
It's titled, AI Bot Flips Wall Street on Its Head, Turns $1K into $50 in Record 30 Days. Before we get started, though, a quick shout out to our listeners.
Yes.
We're at 49 subscribers
Awesome.
and counting. So if you're enjoying the show, please hit that like and subscribe button to help us grow.
Definitely helps us out a lot.
Now let's unpack this AI trading bot.
Sounds intriguing.
So the headline is definitely attention-grabbing.
It is.
Galileo FX supposedly turned $1,000 into $56,000 in just 5 months,
Really?
from August 2024 to January 2025.
So that's
We're talking a 56x return on investment.
wow, that's a huge return.
To back up their claims, they're throwing around some pretty impressive figures.
Oh, okay, like what?
My F's book and FX Blue verification, a 72% win rate, over 5,000 trades, a 3.2 profit factor, and a 14.5% max drawdown. But I have to admit, some of this is going a little bit over my head.
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in the hype with all those numbers, but honestly, they don't tell the whole story.
Okay, so let's break it down.
Sure.
What
Yep.
about win rate?
Okay, so win rate.
Like, what does that even mean?
Win rate only tells you how often a trade makes money,
Okay.
but not by how much.
Oh,
So imagine winning 72% of your bets,
okay.
but only making $1 each time,
Right.
while the 28% you lose cost you $10 each.
Yeah.
You'd actually be losing money overall.
So it's not just about winning, but about the magnitude of those wins versus the losses.
Exactly.
Got it. What about this profit factor thing?
Yeah.
I'm guessing a bigger number is better.
You got profit factor basically measures the ratio of gross profit to gross loss. So 3.2 profit factor, like they're boasting,
Yeah.
means for every dollar loss, they made $3.20 in profit.
Okay, so that's
Now, drawdown is all about risk.
okay.
It measures the peak to trough decline in your investment
Right.
during a specific period.
Okay.
A smaller drawdown generally indicates a less volatile and risky trading strategy.
So a smaller drawdown means a smoother ride for my investment.
You could say that.
I can get behind that. But even with all these fancy metrics, how can we be sure they're legit?
That's where independent verification comes in.
Okay.
My FX book and FX Blue are reputable platforms.
Yeah.
But you're right to be cautious.
Okay.
Even with verification, it's crucial to dig deeper and not rely solely on the company's marketing.
Okay. Skepticism engaged.
Always a good thing.
But wait, there's more. They also mention a 10-year backtest, showing a whopping 145% annual return.
Interesting.
What is backtesting, and should we take those numbers at face value?
Well, backtesting essentially uses historical data to simulate how a trading strategy would have performed in the past. Okay. It's a way to test an idea before risking real money.
All right, so kind of like a practice run.
You could say that, think of it like a flight simulator for traders.
I like that analogy.
While it can be useful, past performance is never a guarantee of future results.
Right.
Markets are constantly evolving,
Uh-huh.
and what worked in the past might not work in the future.
So it's like trying to predict the weather based on last year's forecast.
Yeah.
I might get it right sometimes, but it's not exactly foolproof.
The market has its own unpredictable weather patterns.
Now, what really piques my interest is the technology they claim to be using.
Oh, yeah.
They talk about real-time analysis of millions of data points combining probabilistic models with Wyckoff's market theory for 95% accuracy in backtesting and execution times under 5 milliseconds.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
I know, right?
Yes.
Real-time analysis, probabilistic models. Break it down for us.
Let's start with the probabilistic models.
Okay.
Imagine a weather app that uses data to predict rain.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't guarantee rain, but it gives you a probability based on historical patterns and current conditions.
Okay.
That's the essence of probabilistic models, using data to estimate the likelihood of different market outcomes.
So it's like using data to make educated guesses about what the market might do next.
Exactly.
Not a crystal ball, but a powerful tool nonetheless.
Now, combining that with Wyckoff's market theory is an interesting twist.
Okay, Wyckoff's what now? I have to admit that one went over my head.
Okay, so Wyckoff was a trader and analyst back in the early 20th century
Okay.
who studied market cycles
Uh-huh.
and how to identify when big players are buying or selling large amounts of assets.
So like trying to figure out when whales are entering or exiting the market.
Yeah, you could say that.
Interesting.
They're using historical patterns to predict the behavior of these big players,
Okay.
and then using that information to inform their trading decisions.
So kind of like a mix of old school wisdom and cutting edge tech.
Got it.
Clever. But the question is, how effective is it in the real world? Remember, even with the fastest analysis and execution,
Yeah.
market conditions can shift in an instant.
Absolutely.
Right, so even with a super fast car, you can't always avoid traffic.
True.
What about the man behind the curtain? The founder, David Materazzi, seems to have a pretty impressive resume.
Okay, let's hear it.
Experience trading billions daily interviews on major financial news channels. A team with backgrounds at tech giants like Microsoft and Google.
Wow.
He's even part of the Forbes Finance Council.
He certainly has a compelling background.
He does.
But it's important to remember that even with experience, no one can perfectly predict the market.
Really?
Markets are complex systems influenced by countless factors, many of which are impossible to anticipate.
So even with all that experience, there's still a degree of uncertainty.
Absolutely. Markets are inherently unpredictable, and unforeseen events can throw even the best-laid plans off course. That's why a healthy dose of skepticism is crucial when evaluating any trading system, even one backed by impressive credentials.
Skepticism noted. But one thing that's interesting is that Galileo FX claims to be accessible to everyone,
Oh, really?
from beginners to experts. They're offering over 250 pre-analyzed strategies updated weekly, which you can filter by risk level, trading style, time frame, and even specific markets.
Interesting.
It almost sounds too good to be true.
That's where things get a little tricky.
Okay, how so?
On one hand, they're promoting this sophisticated AI trading bot
Yeah.
with a premium price tag,
Ah,
seemingly targeting serious investors.
right,
On the other hand, they're highlighting its accessibility and ease of use,
right.
suggesting that anyone can achieve these incredible returns, even with minimal experience.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to have it both ways.
Right.
So is there a danger in making trading seem too easy?
Potentially.
Could this lead people to make impulsive decisions without fully understanding the risks involved?
That's a great question, and it brings us to a critical point.
Or what's that?
The allure of easy money can be dangerous.
Yeah, that makes sense.
While AI can be a powerful tool, it's not a replacement for human judgment and understanding.
Right.
It's crucial to understand the strategies being used and not just blindly follow preset options.
So even if it's easy to use, you still need to be smart about it.
Exactly. No trading system is foolproof.
Right.
And understanding the risks involved is essential, especially for beginners.
Good point. And speaking of investment, this whole thing doesn't come cheap.
How much are we talking?
They're asking for between $850 and $4,500 for lifetime access.
Wow, so they are targeting those serious investors.
take it.
That raises some interesting questions about the accessibility of these types of AI tools.
Like what?
Are we heading towards a future where only those with deep pockets can afford to play in this AI-powered trading game?
That's a thought-provoking question. It seems like AI in finance has the potential to both democratize access to sophisticated tools and create a new kind of digital divide.
That's exactly the point.
Yeah.
And it's a discussion we need to be having as these technologies continue to evolve.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive
We have.
into Galileo FX and the world of AI trading bots. We've explored their impressive claims,
Yeah.
the technology behind the platform, and the potential risks and ethical considerations. But we're just getting started.
There's so much more to unpack.
Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll delve even deeper into the complexities of AI trading
Yes.
and discuss the wider implications for the future of finance.
Can't wait.
And in the meantime, we want to hear from you.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on AI trading bots?
Would you trust your money to one?
Let's keep the conversation going in the comments.
Hit that like button.
Subscribe if you haven't already.
And we'll see you in part 2.
This has been Everyday Tech Explained.
Catch you later! So it's fascinating how this Galileo FX advertorial really pushes the idea of accessibility,
Yeah.
highlighting how it's designed for everyone.
Right.
From beginners to seasoned traders, they boast about pre-analyzed strategies and easy filtering options.
Yeah.
Almost like a set-it-and-forget-it solution.
It's almost like they're targeting people new to trading or those who are too busy to constantly monitor the market.
Right.
They dangle this promise of passive income
Yeah.
and make it sound like anyone can achieve these incredible returns without breaking a sweat.
It's a common marketing tactic, no doubt.
Yeah.
But as we've discussed, trading is never that simple.
Right.
There's always risk, and no system, regardless of its AI sophistication, is foolproof.
How do you cut through the noise?
Hmm.
For someone who's not a financial expert, it can be really hard to separate fact from fiction.
Yeah.
Especially when you're bombarded with all these impressive-sounding stats and testimonials.
That's a great question. It's crucial to do your own research.
Oh, yeah?
Don't just rely on what the company is telling you.
Right.
Look for independent reviews and analysis
Okay.
from reputable sources like financial experts, analysts,
Uh-huh.
or even other users who have actually tried the product.
Oh, okay, so see what kind of results they've achieved?
Exactly. And what their experiences have been like.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't believe the hype.
Right.
Do your homework and look for real-world results.
Exactly.
What about Galileo FX's claims specifically? What stood out to you?
Their emphasis on combining probabilistic models with Wyckoff's market theory is particularly intriguing.
Wyckoff's what now? I have to admit that one went over my head.
Okay, so think of Richard Wyckoff as an early 20th century market whisperer.
A market whisperer.
Yeah.
Okay.
He developed a theory about market cycles
Uh-huh.
and how to identify accumulation and distribution phases.
Okay.
Basically, when big players like institutions or wealthy individuals
Right.
are buying or selling large amounts of assets.
So it's like trying to predict when the big fish are entering or leaving the pond?
You could say that,
Okay.
but it's not about predicting the future with certainty.
All right.
Wyckoff's theory is more about understanding market psychology
Uh-huh.
and identifying patterns in price action.
So they're using historical patterns to try and predict future behavior. Yeah.
Then they're combining that with these probabilistic models, which, as you explained earlier,
Right.
use data to estimate the likelihood of different market outcomes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like they're blending old school wisdom with cutting-edge technology.
Precisely. And that's one of the things that makes this space so fascinating.
Yeah.
We're seeing how AI is being used to enhance traditional trading methods
Mhm.
with modern data analysis techniques.
But even with all this fancy technology and market theory, isn't there still an element of human judgment involved?
Absolutely.
I mean, someone still has to decide which strategies to use and when to buy or sell, even if an AI is making recommendations.
AI can be a powerful tool, but it's not a substitute for human intelligence and experience.
Okay.
A skilled trader will use AI to inform their decisions, not blindly follow its every suggestion.
Right.
It's like having a super smart co-pilot, but you're still the one flying the plane.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
Speaking of flying, let's go back to something you mentioned earlier.
Okay.
The accessibility of AI trading bots. Galileo FX seems to be targeting both experienced traders and beginners,
Yeah.
which seems a bit contradictory.
It does, doesn't it? On one hand, they're promoting this sophisticated platform with a premium price tag aiming for the big leagues.
Okay.
On the other hand, they're emphasizing how easy it is to use, suggesting that anyone can make big bucks even with minimal experience.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to appeal to everyone,
Right.
which makes me wonder if there's a risk of misleading people
Yeah,
who might not fully grasp the complexities of trading or the potential for losses.
absolutely.
Is it ethical to market a potentially risky product as a get-rich-quick scheme, even if it uses AI?
That's a crucial point.
Yeah.
It's a question the financial industry needs to grapple with as these technologies become more widespread.
Right.
It highlights the importance of consumer education and responsible marketing.
For sure.
People need to understand that no trading system, AI-powered or not, can guarantee profits. There's always risk involved, and it's essential to do your due diligence before investing your hard-earned money.
Don't believe the hype. Do your research and understand the risks. It's good advice for life in general.
I agree with that.
But before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, there's one last thing I wanted to touch on.
Okay.
The editorial mentions rumors of a large US-based hedge fund expressing interest in acquiring Galileo FX's algorithm.
Oh, wow, really?
What do you make of that?
It's an interesting development for sure.
Yeah.
It suggests that some major players in the financial world are taking Galileo FX's technology seriously.
Okay.
Hedge funds are known for their sophisticated investment strategies
Right.
and their willingness to embrace cutting-edge technologies, so their interest could be seen as a validation of Galileo FX's potential.
So if these big shot investors are sniffing around,
Yeah.
maybe there's something to it after all.
It's certainly possible.
Yeah.
But remember, even hedge funds with all their resources and expertise
Uh-huh.
make mistakes. They're not infallible. Just because a technology is impressive or innovative doesn't guarantee it will be successful in the long run.
Right back to that healthy skepticism.
Always.
But even if Galileo FX doesn't become the next big thing, it sparked a conversation about AI's role in trading.
Yeah,
And that's important.
absolutely. AI is transforming the financial landscape, and we're just at the beginning of this revolution.
Yeah, it's exciting.
It's an exciting time full of opportunities and challenges.
So what's next? Where do we go from here?
Well, we've explored Galileo FX, its claims, and its technology. We've talked about the importance of research and risk management,
Right.
but there's still so much to discuss. In the final part of our deep dive, we'll explore the broader implications of AI in finance and what it might mean for the future of investing.
Stay tuned, folks. We've got more to unpack. Okay, so we're back for the final part of our deep dive into Galileo FX and this whole world of AI trading bots.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot of ground,
We have.
from those eye-popping returns and the tech behind it all to the potential risks and those kind of tricky ethical questions.
Yeah, definitely a lot to think about.
So let's kind of bring it all together.
Okay.
What's the key takeaway here?
I think the biggest lesson is that
Yeah.
while AI trading bots like Galileo FX sound incredibly promising, skepticism and critical thinking are absolutely essential.
You said it before and I'll say it again.
Right.
Don't believe the hype.
Exactly.
Do your research.
Yes.
Understand the risks
Uh-huh.
and make informed decisions.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
It's good life advice in general.
It really is.
But zooming out a bit,
Okay.
what does this whole Galileo FX story tell us about the future of finance?
Well, I think it highlights the growing role of AI in the financial world.
Yeah.
You know, we're seeing more and more AI-powered tools and platforms promising to make sophisticated trading strategies accessible to everyone,
Right.
potentially leveling the playing field between individual investors and those big institutions.
But earlier we talked about a potential new digital divide forming,
Right.
where only those with deep pockets can really take advantage of these tools.
Yeah.
How do we ensure that everyone benefits from these advancements?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's crucial to ensure that these technologies are developed and used responsibly,
Okay.
with fairness and accessibility at the forefront.
Oh, okay.
We need to have these open conversations
Mhm.
about regulation ethics and the potential impact of AI on society as a whole.
Right.
Finance is just one piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, technology should empower everyone, not just a select few.
I agree.
And that brings us to you, our listeners.
Yes.
We want to hear your thoughts on AI trading bots.
Would you trust your money to one?
What excites you about this technology? What concerns you?
Let us know.
Share your thoughts in the comments below.
Hit that like button.
Subscribe if you haven't already, and let's keep this conversation going. This has been Everyday Tech Explained.